That's what makes the ever-lengthening Mookie Betts highlight reel all the more impressive. Including the postseason, Betts has played just 84 games for the Dodgers, and already his defensive work alone is becoming part of Dodgers lore. Let's run through some highlights. Last July, season only a month old, Dodgers Diamondbacks, Betts robs Cole Calhoun. Catch probability, 55%. The very next day, same series, Betts this time will go deep into the right field corner. It's Ketel Marte. He's on 2. He's going for 3. Betts over 300 feet away, throws him out at third base. The arm is real. So that's Betts in the regular season. Go to the playoffs. Remember, the Braves were up 3-1 in this series against the Dodgers, had them on the brink. Game 5, big momentum swing. Betts the shoestring grab on Dansby Swanson, fires to the plate to get the confused Marcell Ozuna. Ozuna looks safe because he left third early. He was called out. It's a double play. LA was already down 2 in the third inning. It was about to be broken open. Instead, the Dodgers came back to win. Game 6, same series. 5th inning, Dodgers up 3-0. Ozuna hits it to right, and Betts is there at the wall, right at the top of the wall. Walker Buehler still had his shutout through 5. The Dodgers won that game 2. Same series now. We go to game 7. 5th inning. Freddie Freeman about to hit a homer and make it a 2-run Braves lead. Betts takes it back. Another huge momentum swing and literally a run off the board. So to the World Series. Game 4 now. This off Brandon Lau. 109 miles per hour. That's a 40% catch probability. Now, we're not going to get into all his World Series highlights. This is defense only, which is why we bring it up to this weekend. And that's why this catch probability is so valuable. Betts about to make the big-time catch here. Tommy Pham, 2 outs, 2nd and 3rd. Could have tied the game. Obviously, a game-saving catch. But he also got a great jump, covered a lot of ground. Catch probability, 10%. That to win Game 2 of the opening series in what's expected to be baseball's best rivalry this year, and yet another signature defensive play. A lot has to happen to make that possible. And it's not flukish. Betts doesn't just make big plays, it's part of his overall excellence. Going back to 2016, Betts is far and away the major league leader in defensive runs saved, ahead of defensive stalwarts Andrelton Simmons, Kevin Kiermaier, Nolan Arenado, Nick Ahmed, a shortstop. You know, for years, fans talked about DiMaggio, Brooks Robinson, Ozzie Smith. Great defense like that. Mookie Betts level now. That's rare. So I hope you enjoy it. A lot of things do have to happen. Dan O'Dowd is here. Joel Sherman is here. Your thoughts on that? I mean, timing has to be just right. And yet, think of all the great plays we've gotten to see from Betts in a very short period of time.
So it caused a little bit of a stink when we were doing it during the offseason. We were doing the best players right now. And I said I would take Betts 1.
Right.
And this was the reason. And I understand Mike Trout might be the best baseball player I've ever seen play. He's in that conversation. But I think one of the things that gets lost, and I am, as you know, clearly not anti-analytical, but gets lost in the analytical is you do got to play the game and win the game. Within the context of trying to win a baseball game, I don't think there's anyone like Betts in the sport. I just think he helps you every day in every way. Some of the stuff you showed in there, like, these are big moments. This isn't like some great catch when you're winning 11-1. These are postseason catches. This is San Diego and the Dodgers playing like a playoff game in April. I would dare say that the Braves-Dodgers series turns around in Game 5. When he makes a shoestring catch, think about, if you remember his post-game press conference, the athletic IQ. The first thing he said is, I couldn't leave my feet because if I fall, he scores from third base easily. Like, the ability to think and play at the same time at the highest level, which he does on the bases and in the field besides at the plate, is great. The great catch against the Padres, he's playing center field. Like, Bellinger's out. Like, you move him there and he's an elite center fielder. He is a great player because there's nothing on a baseball field he doesn't excel on, including thinking the game extraordinarily well at the highest speeds under the most pressure. To me, there's no one like him in the sport. He helps you win the game the most over the course of a year.
Dan has been big for years on, you call it baseball awareness. Now you see this in real time at high speed. Your thoughts on Betts?
Yeah, we see the end result of the play. We don't see his first step to the ball all the time, his instinct to the angles that he makes. The play that you just saw, and Joel talked about it, think about the fact, BK, he's at full speed, he makes the dive, but he has the awareness to take his other hand and push the ball into the glove, because if you look at the replay, he could have very easily, that ball could have popped out if he didn't follow with
because he gets it in his heel.
Correct, yeah.
Yep.
And, you know, if you think about it, the only position for me historically where a defensive player has taken over the league, so to speak, is the position of shortstop. when you think of an Ozzie Smith, an Omar Vizquel, some players that we've watched in the past. Go back. Have we thought of an outfielder that dominates the game defensively the way Mookie Betts has? And the enthusiasm he shows to play the game defensively. And this is one area that, for me, analytics has really made a huge difference in the game, because now we can really quantify and measure a player's impact to his team's wins defensively. And Mookie Betts deserves every penny he gets, even if he struggles somewhat offensively from time to time, because his baseball acumen to play the game defensively is just at a different level than anybody else.
Can I throw in one other thing that I've been thinking about a lot recently, which is we believe with the defensive shifting and the strikeouts raising every year, like, you don't have to have a great defense. And I would argue the opposite. The ball isn't in play as much, so people aren't used to playing it. And I feel like I'm seeing more mistakes when people handle the ball because I think they're unfamiliar with handling it. But also, even with the strikeouts, walks, and hit by pitches, more than 65% of plays end with a ball in play. Even as that number gets smaller, that means you better be able to play it when it's in play. That's going to be the difference. Right. This side striking out a lot, that side striking out a lot. It's hard to get runners around the bases. If you're giving up extra bases in a sport where it's hard to get extra bases unless you hit it out of the stadium, I think the value of great defense, which gets poo-pooed because, I'll just play my shortstop here and my second baseman there, I actually think it's as important as it's ever been.